It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And today, we have a special guest. Now, normally, I tell all the stories in Kevin's Corner, but today we have a special guest, none other than former Vice President, creepy, sleepy, slimy, sloppy Uncle Joe. That's right. He made a special appearance to give us a story right off the top of his head. I'm excited. So everybody, let's listen in to what Uncle Joe has to say.
And I learned that it makes a difference. This was the diving board area, and I was one of the guards, and there weren't allowed to. There was a 3-meter board. If you fell off sideways, you landed on the darn cement over there. And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things had changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, "Hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off." Well, he came off, and he said, "I'll meet you outside." My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, "I'll be waiting for you." He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, "What am I going to do?" He said, "Come down here in the basement where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, "You walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, 'You may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head.'" I said, "You kidding me?" He said, "No, if you don't come back." And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And those days, you used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, "First of all," I said, "when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize, but I didn't know that apology was going to work." He said, "You apologize to me?" I said, "I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said." He said, "Okay," closed the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
Well, boys and girls, that was a lot to unpack. So I guess the moral of the story is don't let old washed up politicians that's probably well older than the age that they should be running for president and don't know what they're talking about and it's confusing and probably losing their mind. Don't make them get up and do things like this and embarrass themselves. Because I'm going to be honest, boys and girls, I don't know what the heck Uncle Joe was talking about. Maybe you do. Maybe we can have Uncle Joe come on the show one day and explain all of that gibberish that he just ran off. I don't know about you, but none of it made sense. And you know, here in Kevin's Corner, I like to try to make sense out of nonsense. Boys and girls, that was nothing more than a series of words thrown together. He might as well just got up and just say, "You know what? Chicken ran up, down, ball, leather, school, sometimes maybe shoot." I thought so. You better not come in my neighborhood again. Nah, that's all I heard. Just a bunch of words, ladies and gentlemen. So Uncle Joe probably needs to retire and go somewhere and sit down. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. I had to make sense out of that gibberish because, listening to it, I couldn't make any sense out of it. So you can find me in Kevin's Corner every Wednesday, 7:30, live on YouTube and on my radio blog talk show. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe and the notification button because YouTube is censoring me. I guess they don't like Storytime with Kevin in Kevin's Corner. Anyway, and also don't forget to check out Extreme Tees. Put my name in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. Kevin is my name. And also, if you want to donate to Kevin in Kevin's Corner, there's a link right down in the bottom to do that. And we'll see you next time in Kevin's Corner, boys and girls.